what you focus on first, especially in the morning, is very important. I have found what I focus on last is equally as important. What I take to bed with me, the seeds that I plant that'll blossom in the next day. So I always try to do contemplative reading. Uh, for one, it helps me sleep because I'm not reading anything exciting. I've been reading the course for so long that, it's not a page turner. It never was a page turner, but you know, it now it's a companion. So when I read the course or another great spiritual text that I'm very familiar with, it really feels like I'm planting those seeds in my subconscious mind. It helps slow the brain down, and I take it into my subconscious, and um, it has actually helped me. Several years ago, I actually had a video about this. Several years ago, out of the blue, uh, not really out of the blue, I was caregiver for my father who was dying with congestive heart failure.
Mm,
Um, and anxiety, and that led to panic attacks, and that led to insomnia. And here I was teaching people, with yoga and my meditation instructor, how to navigate through that. And the video that I saw of you actually just today, and I forget who you were talking to about imposter syndrome. Um, because what kind of yogi am I? What kind of student of A Course in Miracles am I? Here I'm suffering from anxiety. I've been a course student at this time for 25 years. And out of the blue, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia. Um, but it was that the practice of the contemplative reading that really helped me guide me through those moments of anxiety.
yeah. Yeah. And, I think, thank you for sharing that. I think there's this misconception that, like, I've been studying for this long. Like, I shouldn't have anxiety. I shouldn't be suffering or having things come up. And this is where for me, it's like, wait a minute, how might this be exactly a way to practice the course? Like,
Right.
how can I, ego is going to look for every single way to get in and judge us and make us feel like we're doing something wrong. And it's like, actually, that could be a moment of, how do I apply this companion, this course, this brilliance, so that I don't let the ego run the show.
It's all teachable moments, isn't it?
All teachable moments. Absolutely.
Like everything that we go through. That might be the greatest gift I think the course gives us.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nothing is wasted. There are times I'm like, does this really have to be one? Yeah, this is one to look at. Yes, they all are. Yeah. Everything. Everything is an opportunity to bring it to love, to bring it to forgiveness.
I'm glad you said forgiveness. We're because we're going to be wrapping up soon. I know you have just about an hour, and we are about 54 minutes in. Um, and there's no better way to close a conversation with A Course in Miracles than talking about forgiveness and the active role that forgiveness plays in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so this is the one. This is it. This is all, this is everything. I mean, and you do not have to go look far wide to find a subject to bring the concept of forgiveness to. For me, it's a gift to practice this. It's not always easy. It's simple, but not always easy. And it's something that, again, this is where I use that lesson. I could see peace here instead of this. That's one of the ones that helps me. But to get that anytime I'm disturbed, to remember it's the lens of the ego. Anything, or the lens of the ego saying I'm separate. And so, to me, at the very like root of it, Eric, is remembering we're not separate. We're actually not separate. And that's, to me, like, if I can get to that point and really get the person that I think did this to me, that I'm not seeing it through the eyes of God there. Right. And not to condemn yourself, but to look at it and say, okay, all right, how can I apply forgiveness here, and not just, oh, I grant you my forgiveness. That's not what we're talking about, but we're all mirroring and projecting everyone, at the basic level, it's all a projection. It's all a
Right.
projection. So how can I regain what I think is true and really see it as a projection is to forgive it and realize it's not true. It's not true.
And that's everything, isn't it? Because if there's no hypocrisy and illusion, so we can't say, well, this is illusion, but this is very real.
That's right.
So we're literally forgiving everything.
Yeah.
Um, I was forgiving the anxiety. I was forgiving the insomnia. I was forgiving the panic attack. The hardest thing was forgiving that imposter syndrome
Yeah.
because our own judgment and our own guilt seems to be the hardest thing to let go of.
Yeah. And that's the spot. To me, I bet you the greatest growth and miracle was there, that hardest spot, the imposter syndrome. Because somewhere underneath there's a feeling of not good enough or separation, and you forgot.
Right.
A lot of people, it's very easy to go running when we get to those territories because it's not easy. However, I do find we can build a muscle that eventually you can get a new frame, a new lens. It's like, you know what? Bring it on. Illusion. I don't want to be living in illusion. I don't know about you. I don't want to be living in illusion. Let's try to remind myself of that as much as humanly possible.
Right. Right. Um,
Or
that
from
struck me.
illusion, I should say.
That struck me as a very, very important insight for me to carry with me. I'm often reminded that, you know, I always think I'm bringing up a guest to talk to as many people who show up and offer as much as they can, as much as people are able to soak in. And every so often with a guest, I realize that actually they had something really important to share to me
Mm,
uh, that I get to take to heart and carry long after our conversation. And the last thing that you said is just one of those moments where I feel that I was truly
mm.
given a gift.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I feel like this conversation has been doing that for me too, but I'm so happy to hear that. It might be this reminder, like my intuitive senses, there's a remembrance, like, oh yeah, that whole imposter, like there's no truth there. There's no truth. It's not true.
Um, so I'm going to ask you one last thing
Sure.
before you go, and this is from my partner who's been very insistent.
Okay.
So I need to get this question. Would Julie be willing to go through a quick sending love practice so we can see and feel how easy it is? And that I think would be a beautiful way of ending tonight's live stream if we would just
Yeah.
do
Oh,
that little sending love practice.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's all do it together. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking. I love that. Absolutely. And I'm just going to say this, do not underestimate everyone now watching later the power of your connection to your heart and to one another, and remembering that we're all here together. This is I think of it as divine appointment, and that we have power in coming from love, major power, like wonderful healing power. So yes. Okay. I'm going to just invite everyone to put your hand or your hands on your heart. If you're comfortable to close your eyes, to just close your eyes and let your shoulders come down. We're going to begin to slow our breath, taking a nice long inhale through the nose. Imagine filling up with light and exhaling through the mouth like you're blowing out of a straw. This time, imagine as you're inhaling the sensation, the feelings of peace, of unity, community, and love. Exhale, even greater peace and love. And feel your energy start to lift and shift, maybe even imagining beautiful light As you inhale, coming all the way up your spine into your heart, all the way up through your crown and your head, and back down again through your spine to your base of your pelvic floor. And with each inhale, bringing that light up higher, and with each exhale, bringing that light lower. Feeling the holiness that is you, the sacred breath that is breathing you. You might even connect now to the statement, my holiness blesses this moment. My holiness blesses everyone. I am this peace. Just notice whatever you feel. And let this energy expand in your heart and your body. Feeling grounded down to your toes and feet. Feeling this energy move down into the earth. And feeling your holiness disperse down into Mother Earth, adding to the nourishment and the love. And maybe imagining like a root system, all of us, wherever we may be, our roots connecting under the earth, sharing with other roots of other beings, people, trees, other beings on this planet, sending love through our root system, that impulse of love, that remembrance that we're all of the same one, that we're not separate. And then pull that energy back up through your belly to your heart, all the way up through your crown, your top of your head, and maybe imagining it go all the way up into the sky, to the cosmos, the stars, and feeling those stars connect all over the earth, feeling that light high above guiding us, and then remembering we are that bridge in the middle, always connected to the voice for God, always connected to the highest love possible. And we'll take a few more breaths together. Inhale again, all the way from your roots, all the way up to the top, the stars. Inhale with that light and let it come all the way down through your body. Exhale, two more like that. Inhale, peace. And exhale that peace to all beings on earth and beyond. Inhale, greater compassion, love, awareness, forgiveness. And exhale anything that is not that, let it go. Notice your body, notice your mind, notice the love that is permeating in your cells, in your energy, in your field, in your memory, in your consciousness. And even in this illusion, we remember what is true, cannot necessarily be seen, but is here. And that is infinite love, God presence, God force, always with us, as us. Slowly opening your eyes as you feel ready. And then coming back to this present moment and just noticing, maybe even sharing in the comments how you feel, what you noticed.
Beautiful. We are getting a lot of love sent your way in the comments. Lots of heart spams.
Thank you.